Hey everybody, David here. Week number 15 for April 13th through the 19th. Sorry guys, it is Wednesday. This weekly video is 2 days late. A lot of you know my mother Monday morning had to be administered to the emergency room where we found out that she had a very bad off appendix. She had to have emergency surgery Monday night, and that's pretty much where I've been for the last 2 days. And in fact, that's where I'm heading to right now as soon as I'm done with this video and getting it uploaded. She had a very bad, very infectious appendix. She's doing good now, although she was quite out of it yesterday. It seems like she was going back to her childhood because she was on, she's pretty much on full morphine, and man, she was having some conversations that were just way out there. And she actually thought that I was her mother at one point, but hey, that's what happens when you have major surgery like that. Man, that's some good stuff. But anyways, I'm going to be heading back there tonight. Things are going to be going back to normal, hopefully within the next couple, 3 days. She's going to be getting probably out about Thursday or Friday, so I'm excited about it. It's nice to see that she's doing well, and just we'll be glad to have her out of there. So, all right, so that's the updates on Mama Tabletopping. So thank you guys for all of your emails, your tweets, your Facebook messages, and your contact, all of the emails to me. I really appreciate it. So, got a couple status updates for you. First off, on the t-shirts, you guys are asking me about the t-shirts. I've actually got 3 artists now that I am working with. Which is very nice, so I'm starting to get some ideas rolling in. So I should have a new tabletoping logo for the website, and also for a lot of the other pre-screens for videos, tutorials. And the other thing that I'm looking for, if anybody that does any kind of video editing, I'm looking for about a 2 to 3 second animated intro with the new logo, maybe of it exploding or catching on fire or something. That would be pretty cool. So if you guys know any kind of video editors out there, send them my way and I would appreciate it. Alright, so had 4 games last week. We have 3 more this week. We had the 13th Age finale last week, where basically the party is back where they started, back in the town of Vigil. Well, back at the Vigil and the Indie Vigil. Pretty corny name, I know, but I do like puns. So they're going to continue probably in August or September, whenever Captain Tom Flint, he's going home for the summer for school, and when he gets back for the start of the new school year, we'll get him back into a game. So also last Wednesday during the Dungeon Master Workshop, I premiered something that I'm going to be eventually switching to, and that is a software called Fantasy Grounds. And Fantasy Grounds is a virtual tabletop. I've owned it for about 1.5 years. When I first purchased it, it was not a very good product, but since then, the company has been bought out. It has been pretty much recoded, cleaned up, and all of the add-ins and plugins have been fixed. So it's a great program now. Unfortunately, it just wasn't like that 1.5 years ago. It left a very sour taste in my mouth, and I was very vocal about it. Because when you charge $150 for a product like that and it doesn't work, yeah, you're going to have some people that just are not happy about that. And it did work in some aspects, but a lot of the modules that I had purchased, like the Savage Worlds plugins and also the Castles and Crusades plugins, were so buggy and so glitchy that it was such a very bad first experience, and it just was not very user friendly, which it's still. It is definitely now more user-friendly than what it was. A lot of it is drag and drop now, which as before, you would have to turn the program off, shut it down, manually upload things into folders and categorize them that way. But now a lot of this stuff is drag and drop. So they've made a lot of good improvements. And I will eventually be phasing away from Roll20 and going to Fantasy Grounds, because Fantasy Grounds, let's face it, it just does a lot more things than what Roll20 can do. I love Roll20. I'm a very pro supporter for Roll20, but Fantasy Grounds even takes it to the next level to where it actually acknowledges conditions. Everything is a plugin, so like I bought the 5th edition Player's Handbook and the Monster Manual. You just take your monsters, you can build encounters, you can literally just drag and drop all of the monsters there, all the stats, the attacks, everything are there. Everything is there, and it's very easy to use, but it is pretty costly. The Ultimate License is about $150, which the Ultimate License allows you to have as many players around your virtual tabletop where they do not need to invest into the program, because Fantasy Grounds is not free. You have to pay to use it. And then with the other plugins and whatnot, it can get rather expensive. But I honestly think that, yeah, they do have some monthly plans for Ultimate licenses and the regular user licenses. But hey, if you just spend the money outright first, you'll never have to worry about those fees again. And I'll tell you, Fantasy Grounds is really nice. So I'm going to be doing a very large line of tutorials. Once I get more familiar with the software, I'll be doing a lot more tutorials with that. So to carry on, well, to finish up on Fantasy Grounds, I will be transitioning my games slowly, one at a time. Now, this also is going to bring me to another topic of discussion that I want to touch base on. Right now, I have, as of last week, I had 4 games a week. When you're playing 4 games a week, that's a lot of work. That's a lot of prep time. That is a lot of time involvement, because when you guys see a 4-hour game, a 5-hour game on Twitch, there is many, many, many more hours involved prepping the maps, making sure character sheets are correct, making sure the encounters are set up right, making maps. Guys, there's a lot of time. There's probably 8 hours, at least 6 to 8 hours of prep for each game. That's just the way that I like to present my games. I like dynamic lighting, I like line of sight, so that's why I put a lot of time into this. So, I'm missing quite a few players. I've lost players on my Saturday game. I've lost players on my Thursday game. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be downgrading to 3 games a week permanently, which is still a lot of games. I'm going to be running games on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, where Monday, Tuesday, is going to be video games still, just like normal. I'll get you a full schedule for next week. Wednesday is still going to be, I honestly, on Wednesday or Thursday, I just have not made up my mind on if I want to do the Dungeon Master Workshop or on Wednesday or Thursday. And on the other day, I do want to incorporate like a tabletop game night that has literally 0 preparation time. So there's a couple websites out there that do have a lot of board games online for free, like onlineboardgames.com. Also, there is a tabletop simulator that we've used in the past, but you have to pay for that. So like I said, I'm going to be going down to 3 games a week, which are going to be Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So the games that are going to be going on are Princes of the Apocalypse. We are almost done with Horde of the Dragon Queen. So I'll be rotating some players out for that, and then we'll be moving on to the Rise of Tiamat, and that will still probably be on Friday. Then Friday's probably going to be Princess of Apocalypse. Saturday is probably going to be Rise of Tiamat, and then Sunday is still going to be Orcus Campaign. I've got all of the players there, so nobody's going to be changing on Sunday. It's pretty much just taking Thursday, Friday, and Saturday and mixing them into Friday and Saturday. So I've got just enough players to do that, and I'm also going to be rotating a player or 2 out. So there you go. That's what's going to be happening. So there's still going to be 3 games a week. Lots of content still, guys. But I need a little bit more time for myself, because 4 games a week is really, it's a lot. And I enjoy doing it. I love doing it. Don't get me wrong. But I do need a little bit more time for myself. For when things like with my mother and stuff come up and happen, then I can not have to worry about other things. I can just take care of that, which I would anyway, and which I am. But I just want just 1 less game a week, which 3 games a week is still awesome. You guys are still going to get 3 great games a week. 3 great groups of players. So. Alright, so last week, like I said, some quick recaps. We had our 13th Age finale. The armies united, basically. Our party with the Froglocks, they united, also they united with the Sahawagans, Captain Ahab's old colleagues, and let's see, what was his name? Captain Sacagawea. And holy all these crazy names in the 13th Age game. But and also Master Sergeant Broderick from Gastron's Point. They all rallied together, took the Orc Lord's forces, drove them off. There was a couple huge betrayals there at the end where Crispy Pete, his captain's cook for more than 30 years, actually betrayed him and was selling information to the Orc Lord, and the Orc Lord made him the admiral, well, the very short-lived admiral, for just a little while as the party killed Salty Pete. And Wilbur actually betrayed Captain too, but over second and third thoughts, Wilbur then turned on Crispy Pete, administering the killing blow to him, and went back to Captain Tom. So that's where we ended. All is good. Gastron's Point is being evacuated. The island of Omen is being given back to the ancient civilization, the ancient serpent people that basically with evolution evolved into Froglocks. So there you go. All of the Lich King's High Council from the first stage has been secretly taking off of the island to an unknown location. So we'll be picking this game up probably around September or so. All right, so Friday was a short night because that was another night that I had to rush my mother to the ER. They had to adjust her pacemaker. Man, she just had a very bad week this week. So we took her in there with a very, very, very low heart rate. So they called one of the individuals that works for the company of her pacemaker. They came in, they changed some settings on it and downloaded a couple patches. That's what I've been goofing around with her with. So she was all good, fine and dandy. And then on Monday morning, man, she gets hit with an appendix. So man, it plays hell getting old, she says. And because my mother was born in 1943, so she is definitely a baby boomer. And hey, she's a tough cookie, so that's where I'm going to be heading up to as soon as I'm done with this video, like I was saying. So that was the Friday game. We did get into Stormreach Castle, where the party was taking about 40 of these wooden wagon wheels from the small town of Parnast on the Skyreach Castle. So as soon as they got onto the castle, we took our break, and that's when I found out that she just was not, she had to go. So that's when we called the game. So there was a short game last week. Now, for Saturday, we had our Inner Sea setting for Pathfinder. Is very fun. I'm having a very fun time converting this from Pathfinder to 5e. So the party was in Godholm, which is one of the lower levels of the Emerald Spire, and they basically took Slog's tour. They took Slog's Grand Tour. It took about 2.5 hours, and it was very fun. And we finished the tour, and we got through an entire level in one night. It was very fun, and they're delving down. They actually made a sacrifice, and Scandroid, which is played by Cade, which is played by Scandroid. Unfortunately, he is not any longer able to play in a game, and was my second longest tenured player behind Vey. And so now it sucks that Scandroid's not going to be in the game anymore. But he's going to be welcome with open arms down the line whenever he gets his major projects at work caught up and he can come back. Hopefully I can fit him in rather easily. So anyways, Scandroid, his character Cade, decided to stay with the God Box and stay in Godholm with all of the troglodytes and Slog and the other chieftain. So he's going to be living happily ever after with the troglodytes. I guess something with that God Box just attracted him. So Saturday was definitely a fun night. And then Sunday night, holy cow, we had our D&D 5e marathon of the Orcus campaign. We had a lot of combat that night. They started back in the Seven Pillared Halls, did a lot of RP. Leopold Kane almost got him to a couple predicaments where it just wouldn't have been good. Gimli Grim hates this ogre named Brug. Man, I hope Gimli Grim just does not attack this ogre. I don't think it's going to turn out too well for him. But anyways, after a bunch of RP, they hired a Darren Darkseeker, his name is. They hired him as a guide. He was able to take them to the Chamber of Eyes and avoid all of the slimes and the other evils of the mountain. So they got to the Chamber of Eyes. They got in. They found a back way in. They found a bunch of bugbears, goblins, hobgoblins, and some human bandits. So they vanquished a lot of this area, and we played I think we played almost 6 hours on Sunday night. It was so fun, and we would have never been able to do that if we were still playing 4th edition, just because of the amount of reactions and interrupts. So I'm so glad that I'm converting this game from 4th edition to 5th edition. So the D&D 5e Orcus campaign is definitely here to stay. I think it's one of the better written stories of Dungeons & Dragons history. And yes, I know I love the original Elemental Evil and Tomb of Horrors, Keep on the Borderlands, or Haja, all of those great stories, but this 9-part story for 4th edition is really an awesome story. And if you haven't read it, if you're a dungeon master, definitely look into it. It is a great story. So we're going to be continuing that game on. They're still within the Chamber of Eyes, and we'll be continuing on Sunday with that game. As Saturday, we will be continuing on with the Emerald Spire, Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. So you're getting a mix of both Paizo and Wizards of the Coast in one game. Friday, we will be playing the Horde of the Dragon Queen. They are in Skyreach Castle. And we'll continue on. They're almost done with the Horde of the Dragon Queen. So we'll probably take about a week off, and then as soon as the Horde of the Dragon Queen game is gone, that's when all of these transitions and changes are going to happen. So I just have to get that game over with first, and then we'll start coming up with the new lineup and all of that good jazz. So tonight we're doing another Dungeon Masters workshop. Tonight we'll be doing encounter building and also looking at a lot of the other optional things like flanking. We're going to be looking at frontal positions. We're also going to be looking at the proficiency die. Some things that we've done a couple months ago, but seeing that I wasn't highlighting those fireside chats back then, I wanted to go ahead and do it again tonight for everybody. Do some encounters. We're going to do some example encounters, and we're going to go over probably optional spell points again also. So also on the website, you can go to the Dungeon Master section. I created from what we did last Wednesday night during the Dungeon Master workshop. We made that arcane recovery to spell slots conversion chart. So feel free, go to the website. There's a link down below to the website. Click on the Dungeon Master section, download it, use it for your games. If you don't like it, feel free to leave a comment. It's all good, man. So anyways, guys, I'm out of here. I'm heading to across the state. Gonna go see Mama Tabletopping, and I will see you guys tonight for the Dungeon Master Workshop. Tomorrow there will be no 13th Age game tomorrow, obviously not until September again, but tomorrow I'll either do another Dungeon Master Workshop, or maybe we'll goof around on Fantasy Grounds and start learning it together. So alright everybody, thank you for watching. Thank you guys for all of your friendly words, your tweets, all of your Facebook posts. Guys, appreciate it. I love you guys. You guys really make this worth doing, and you really make it worth the time investment that is involved here. So I will see you guys tonight for the Dungeon Master Workshop, and as always, feel free to like it, follow the channel. Also, guys, please consider supporting the channel by turning off your ad blockers while you're in the Twitch chat, and also hitting that subscription button. It allows me to continue what I'm doing, which is literally 7 days a week. So sorry guys, no tutorials this week. I wanted to have them out, but with everything going on in real life, I'll have to get those next week. So, and until tonight, guys, feel free to leave a comment down below. I'll be answering that stuff as I can from the hospital. So see you guys. Bye.